Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Lisa Tolliver, trustee from Silver Springs Independent School District, joined 29 other school board members across Texas February 28th through March 3rd at the third of 5 sessions of the Leadership TASB class of 2018. Selected by the Texas Association of School Boards, the group is participating in a year-long educational leadership study program. These trustees represent school districts of all sizes with student populations from 158 to a student population of 98,688. They reflect a similar range of property wealth as well. Participants who complete all required elements of the study will graduate this year by earning a Master Trustee status. This is the highest designation recognized by TASB. Meeting in Galveston, the board members began their session by touring Texas City Independent School District and then the Galveston Independent School District. Featured speakers were Will Richardson, well-known author, educator, and reform leader, and Ann Lynch, a nationally recognized expert on generational differences. Other leadership TASB sessions are scheduled for El Paso and Fort Worth later this year. Hopkins County Hospital District will meet in a special session Friday at noon, March 16th. The district will review and approve a building project for 103 Medical Circle and will begin the process of applying for zoning changes for the property. According to the members of the district, a building will be built behind the orthopedic clinic and will house additional services for that clinic. The project will be developed and funded by Christus. Hopkins County Fall Festival enters its 49th year of providing a festival county fair atmosphere, honoring the traditions and providing new and exciting venues to celebrate the county and its heritage. As a nonprofit board, the Fall Festival Board is asking for input and opinions as well as donations to provide for an exciting festival for the fall of 2018. The cost of the traditional festival continues to increase each year, and the board is seeking ways to provide the event without charging for entry to the festival. Each year, the volunteers that make up the board have to pay for the use of the Civic Center, the high school, some events, and entertainment, again without charging for entry. The board also provides scholarships to the winner of the Cover Girl contest and donates to charity that benefits children in the area as well. Spring is the time of year the board needs money coming in so they can pay deposits to book the entertainment and attractions for the festival, according to the board members. The festival was moved to October several years ago to once again have it as the same time as the Stew Cook-Off, sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. The board values the community as well as those who come from all over the area to attend the festival. All donations to the nonprofit organization are tax deductible. There's a story at KSSTradio.com that gives you the location where donations may be made online.
You'll soon get your chance to see the play The Women of Lockerbie at Main Street Theater, downtown Sulphur Springs. The play is a serious one but offers a whole range of emotions, according to a portion of the cast of Women of Lockerbie who visited with us this morning.
Brad Cummings. Thank you, Brad.
I'm Leah Connor.
Okay.
I'm Amber Moline.
I'm Leslie Powers.
Okay, I know all of you except this lady is new. Are you new to the players?
Yes. Actually, Brad and I have been friends for many, many years, and he has this really great habit of whenever he's doing something really important, he will call me and say, "Hey, are you in?" And I kind of agreed to do this play before I really knew anything about it, and so I got really nervous at first. I thought, "Oh my, what have I agreed to?" But it is, it's wonderful, and it's turned out really, really great. So,
well, I feel like this play is of serious intent. However, y'all are a rollicking bunch of people to be around.
We almost kind of have to be. I've never done a piece that's so heavy, and it is. I mean, there are light-hearted parts, right, and there's parts where you laugh, but it's intense, and it's drama, and it's about a really serious subject. So,
well, we were talking with Leah off before we began. So, this is the second time that Women of Lockerbie has been advertised. The first time some other things happened, but we're ready for this play. And Leah, what is it about?
Well, it's about the actual crash. It's based on the true story of the terrorist attack on a plane over Lockerbie, Scotland in 1988. And the play takes place 7 years later. One of the couples, an American couple who lost a son in the crash, goes back to Lockerbie, Scotland to try to get closure over their son's death. The women of Lockerbie have spent 7 years, trying to get items released from the crash so that everyone can have closure, not just this American couple, but all of the people in Lockerbie as well who lost people in the crash. So it is an extremely heavy subject. As Amber mentioned, there is comic relief. Leslie's character especially. Her name is Hattie. Okay. And she is without question the main way that the play isn't just all dark. Like, she brings light and humor from her character.
Well, Leslie, as Hattie, you are a relative of a victim.
No, I'm not. Well, not overtly. It doesn't
not that you know of.
Not well, yeah. in character development, maybe, but no, she really isn't. She's a cleaning lady who's been assigned to the U.S. official who's working for the State Department, Brad Cummings' character.
Okay.
So she's been assigned to clean his office, and so she plays dumb, but she's a lot smarter than she lets on, and she helps to kind of mastermind the plot to try to get the clothes that the State Department is not releasing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I'm intrigued.
She's great, and she really kind of plays. My character Olive is, for lack of a better term, the ringleader of these 200 women of this town, and Hattie kind of plays second in command to Olive, and she has Hattie spying on the government, to find out exactly what their plan is, and so it's great. She's really, really funny.
Okay, tell me now about your character, Leah.
I play the mother, the American mother who lost her son. My character is very much the serious. I'm so plagued with grief that I'm serious and angry pretty much the entire, until the end. I mean, the play is about redemption, ultimately. It's about redemption for everyone, for the women of Lockerbie, all the people of Lockerbie, the Americans, even for Brad's character. He's kind of the mean guy in it because he's not letting anyone have access to the items that would give them closure.
After so long, why not?
Oh, he'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us, why won't you give us closure?
Rhetorical. So I play the U.S. Official sent to in George. I play George Jones, no relation. And in George's mind, he is sent to kind of close a chapter in American history that kind of affected the whole world. Because when we have a terrorist attack, it's not just on one nation. It puts the whole world on alert. So 7 years later, George is there to kind of close that chapter and put to rest basically what he views as just debris. Just get this done. He doesn't really understand the capacity of what these women and the victims are going through, because George, relatively new to Lockerbie, possibly his first assignment, and he's just trying to wrap things up here to get to the better assignment, to better his career. And through the play, Olive, which is Amber's character, is just along with the gang of women that are trying to have closure their own self in a chapter in their own life to kind of grieve. And I'm not letting that happen. So they're on George as a representative of the government saying, we need closure. We want these clothes. Because and I can relate in reality after losing my grandparents. I had dishes from their house, And it's something simple like that that kind of gives you not complete loss. And that's what these women are going through. And even Leah's character's husband, Bill, they're all having closure, and they're dealing with grief in their own way. And you see the progression of the grief on these characters. And so even in George, in the end, you see some redemption, some understanding, some compassion that has been building, because George is not a horrible person. He's there, he's got a job to do. The government's telling him, this is your assignment. Although he's not heartless, he understands.
It's very good to know.
Yeah.
Very good to
He wants to help, but he still has a job to do.
Yeah. And he's pretty set on doing his job.
Yes.
Well, George Jones, would like country music as a...
Yeah, come and not so.
So I need to know this, though. I can understand that these are survivors of victims or the cleaning lady that's involved here closely, but who are the women of Lockerbie?
Well,
of the town?
I could probably answer that a
And
little
you
bit.
mentioned 200 women of the town.
Yes. And really, this town of Lockerbie, I mean, nobody asked for this to happen, but it literally fell on their doorsteps. This plane, the pieces came down in their town. And so it just kind of one day, everything changed for these women. And Olive, which is who I play, her character is she's sort of a rock in all of this. She's taken it upon herself to really give back, because she's come to the understanding that for her to grieve and for her to have her own process, it's going to help her so much to help everyone else. And so she has got it in her head that if she can get these clothes from the government and give them back to the families, wash them, and clean away this horrible thing that happened, she can sort of help everyone else heal and thereby help herself. And so throughout most of the play, we have comic relief, and we have Maddie's
With me being angry.
yes, her rage and her grief, and then you kind of have level-headed Olive, who just kind of is helping everyone and trying to throw out her 2 cents on to help everyone grieve.
Well, she's mostly level-headed. She
She
does fall apart once, but
Yeah.
There is one scene where Olive kind of snaps, and she just, you find out exactly what happened to her and what she's really been dealing with, and that scene is extremely important to who she is as a person, because it lends credit to her strength and to her ability to be outside of herself enough to be able to give back to everyone else. And so that's kind of who Olive is. I mean, she's trying to help everyone, and she's struggling, and her and Mr. Jones butt heads a lot throughout the play, because he's standing in the way of this thing that she has laser focused on for years.
Yeah. And we're looking at how we're going to live the rest of our lives. This is a thing that has to be done in all of your minds. So there are 7 characters total.
Yes.
David Woody is director, and
Garrison Roller is actually playing my husband, Bill.
okay.
And then we have the 4 of us here, and we also have Laura Tier playing one of the women, and Savannah Morrison playing another one of the women of Lockerbie.
Okay. And now, the women of Lockerbie speak with Scottish accents.
Yes, and they do a fantastic job.
Yes.
We really need to hear some of that.
Go, ladies.
It's a bit early, don't you think? I haven't had all my coffee this morning.
We spent all day talking about.
We did. We went down to the set yesterday.
We did.
And we worked hard in the afternoon, and we did the 2 of us all afternoon, drove everyone else crazy because they're talking like this. She's like, no, Hattie, you need to staple it here.
Aye, we were.
I was like, Olive, don't bully me.
It's really funny because after we get through with rehearsal, these ladies, you can still hear a hint of Scottish.
It's hard to turn it off, and you just keep on with it. It's terrible.
It's difficult not to speak with that accent too, when the rest of the cast is speaking that way. It's very difficult to maintain a normal accent.
Well, are you I'm
an American.
mom?
Yeah. Well, I'm technically supposed to be from New Jersey, but That was just way too many accents going at one
She's
time.
a transplant.
Yes.
She's from Texas, but they live in New Jersey.
Yes.
She's all right. It's a generic American accent.
Garrison and I both just do straight who we are, how we are. And so does Mr. Jones. We get to just be ourselves, but
Well, how can the public come and see this play, and when and where, etc.?
well, we officially open tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And we run this weekend and next weekend, Fridays and Saturdays at 7 and Sunday matinees at 2.
Okay. For those who do not know where Main Street Theater is,
It is right next to Muddy Jake's on Main Street.
right downtown Sulphur Springs,
yes,
30
right
plus
downtown.
years in the same location. But we
Yes.
have new people coming all the time that don't know we have live community theater here in our town.
Yes, very true. And it's pretty exceptional community theater, too. I say that biased, but I've also been told that by a lot of people who've come. So
We have a very comfortable little theater, plenty of 80 seats,
80, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
and a very enthusiastic support group and board and actors and actresses on stage, which newcomers are welcomed.
always. In fact, this play, we have quite a few new faces on stage for this play, and it keeps it interesting to not have the exact same all the time. We've got great talent.
Well, David Woody is more than a staple. He is not a charter member, but got there just as quick as he could. I think our remaining charter member is Joe McCorkle.
Joe McCorkle, he's the only, yeah.
Yes.
Actually, Brenda Payne maybe as well. I'm not sure, but Joe for sure.
Okay. The next show, does anyone know?
The next show, we're actually having one just a couple weeks after Women of Lockerbie that the local homeschool group, Chess,
Christian Home
Christian
Educators.
Home Educators of Sulphur Springs. I knew somebody could help me with that acronym. They're putting on a show just after us, just a couple weeks later, called Forgiven, a Fairy Tale, that will also be open to the public.
Okay. And are we having children's summer workshop?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We're doing a musical, a Snow White musical. Yeah.
It's just fascinating what we can pull, can pull together and do in Sulphur Springs through our theater.
Yes, we this year, I think last year and this year, we're having 6 shows total.
Actually, tonight is a special night at your place.
It is. Tonight's our Patrons Night, where we honor those who are consistent in helping us financially, and by other means as well. So it's not always just money, but donations and help,
Okay.
it's their annual opportunity to give us some more.
Okay. Bring your checkbook if you are planning to attend Patrons Night tonight. Thank you very much for coming in to tell us about Women of Lockerbie. The show opens tomorrow evening.
Bring your tissues.
Yes.
Okay. 6 performances total. Thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
2 of Sulphur Springs Wildcats coach Clark Cipoletta's basketball players were selected to the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches Class 5A All-Region Basketball Team in Region 2 for the 2017-2018 season. 6'3" junior guard Keyston Willis and 6'8" junior forward Victor E. Walker were chosen. Several other area schools had players selected. Mount Vernon junior guard Brandon Aguilar and senior guard Tyler Cooper made the Class 3A Region 2 team. North Hopkins junior guard Caleb Wyatt was chosen on the Class 2A Region 2 team. In Class 1A, Region 3, selectees included senior guard Angelo Alcox and senior guard Luke Brignan of Miller Grove, senior guard Lyle Bench and senior forward Trevor Moore of Saltillo, and senior guard Bradley Potts of Yantis. The North Hopkins baseball team won in a rout as they defeated Fruitvale 22-3 on Wednesday. The game was halted after 4 innings due to the 10-run rule. The Panthers struck for 6 first-inning runs and then had 4 in the second, 5 in the third, and 7 more in the fourth inning. Fruitvale had 3 first-inning runs, and they managed 5 hits. They made 11 errors. The Panthers had 6 hits. Chase Williams pitched the first 2 1/3 innings for the Panthers, allowing 3 runs and 5 hits. Caleb Wyatt finished up on the mound for the Panthers with 1 2/3 innings pitched, allowing no runs and no hits. Wyatt was also 2 for 3 at the plate with a run, a triple, and 4 RBIs. Bryson Gillespie was 1 for 2 with a walk, 4 runs scored, a double, and 3 RBIs. Tate Meyer scored a run, walked, and had 3 RBIs. Williams and Colby Cameron both had 2 RBIs, and Branson Thomas hit a double.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.